I'm your girl, thePLAINESTjane, and let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. What up and welcome back. It's your girl Jane, thePLAINESTjane, and we've got some syrup to get into. I have some Shanquella updates. I literally just finished giving y'all a video less than 10 minutes ago, and we're back again. I want to make things more concise. It's difficult for me personally to get into videos that are hours long about Shanquella. So I want to keep the information as bite-sized as possible. And honestly, the shorter we keep the videos about Shanquella, the more likely we're able to stick to the facts. The longer the video, we don't have an hour's worth of fresh new information about Shanquella. So I feel like the shorter, the better as it pertains to her. And that's why the last bit of information that I gave you, it's a 7-minute video sticking to some new information from the State Attorney General's office over there in Mexico, Baja California, whatever you call it. Like, those provinces are very, very close. Come on and hit thumbs up. We got some things to discuss today. The most important thing that I really want to highlight outside of the upcoming rally that is going to memorialize and pay tribute to Shanquella Robinson this upcoming Saturday, we're going to go over the press conference. But Court TV must think all Black people look alike. You tell me, who is this woman that Court TV is using as they discuss Shanquella while they speak to Shanquella's dad? It's weird to me, but also let's talk about where they're getting their information from as well. And I just want to know, are they going to get the same smoke that Black YouTubers got for potentially getting things wrong? And nobody quite knows, per the FBI. However, the way that independent reporters who are literally just controlling one YouTube channel, are we going to hold these news outlets, these multi-billion-dollar companies, are they going to catch the same smoke? ABC didn't catch the same smoke. We've got some things that we're going to get into, but I do want to go over the Court TV interview with Shanquella's dad. I want to go over the press conference. Again, the bogus source that Court TV is utilizing to get their information from. And also, Shanquella's sister speaks out demanding that all of the Cabo 6 be extradited to a Mexican prison in order to serve their time. So like I said, come on and hit thumbs up on the video. We're not going to be here for a long time because, again, I want to limit the speculation and I really want to stick to the facts. Okay, let's get into it.
thePLAINESTjane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some Black, and she said loves me some Black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
All right, so let's get into it. And first and foremost, I hope that y'all mental health is okay and intact. I know that a lot of us, Shanquella's case has become, honestly, some sort of phenomena in good ways and bad ways. However, checking on your mental health, and if you need to click off, then you need to click off and take a day to yourself, take half a day to yourself, whatever the case is. But I want to get into this, and thank you so much, Ashley, for joining the channel and becoming a member. I greatly appreciate that. Let's go ahead and start with the Court TV thing, because I found this to be of the utmost disgust for a Court TV to do. I'm not an independent blogger just looking around trying to get things right with no degree or any credentials, but an actual news outlet where they have several departments who actually are supposed to verify these things and research appropriately. Let's get into it and listen up close. This is Shanquella's dad actually speaking with Court TV about the situation.
Mr. Bernard Robinson, thank you so much for joining us today. I so appreciate your time. I already said to you once, I'm going to say it again, I love the mask and heartbroken for you and your family. I want to start by jumping right in and first asking, what is your latest understanding from law enforcement in Mexico as to the status of an arrest or charges?
Nothing.
They haven't given you any information about any arrest for your daughter's murder?
Nothing I know of, ma'am. It's just what the media and the news people saying, ma'am. And which, like I say, I'm old school, ma'am. You know, I'm just a normal man, citizen that wake up, God grace, health and strength, just go to work and, you know, do what I'm supposed to do as a responsible father.
Tell us what you want us to know about your daughter.
I mean,
Let's take a look. This is they use this picture several times. Who's this? Can somebody tell me who that woman is? I went over it before. I exposed a bogus source of information before. Harpo, who's this woman? Because the damn show ain't Shanquella. As we continue to take a look and zoom in here, we can see it says Instagram.com/Salamandra Robinson. That is a fake page. For the 11th time, that is a fake page. That is not Shanquella's mom at all. So why is Court TV using this to talk about Shanquella Robinson? Because this fake page used this image because they thought it was Shanquella Robinson, which leads me to believe that the fake page about Shanquella, this page that's literally impersonating Shanquella's mom, it leads me to believe that they're not Black either. I put this on the community tab. This is why it's so important that you all stay updated on a community tab in between videos. When you take a look at this page that is posing to be Shanquella's mom, the page only started when the case started picking up. There are no posts prior to that. And I've detailed several things that are not right and that don't make sense coming from someone who's supposed to be the parent of Shanquella Robinson. That is not the mother's page. So let's go to the first post on this page. The first post on this page, now mind you, they've changed it. You can see here in this screenshot that I captured a while ago, there's one L in the name. But if you go and you look at the page now, they've updated it and there are two L's in the name, but it's the very same page. Why would you post this image and it's not your daughter? Now, this is the same post. There are two swipes. When you swipe from this image over to the next, this is the next image because you can tell because it's the same exact caption. Okay? But let me show you exactly who this woman is because it's not Shanquella. If you wanted to honor and memorialize your child, you wouldn't use a model from their boutique page. Shanquella has several different businesses. She was she did hair. She had a boutique where she sold clothes. Now, why would a mother use a model from their child's page to show tribute to their child? It doesn't make sense. This is not Shanquella, and I exposed this a while ago, probably about a week or so ago. I exposed this. I see other people running with it, but I was the first person to expose this. The same way I'm the first person to expose that Court TV is using the wrong picture. Who's going to call them out? Who's going to drag them and call them the liars and burn them at the stake the way that people wanted to burn Black YouTubers and Black YouTube? Between Black YouTube and Black Twitter, the noise that was made is the only reason a Nancy Grace, a Court TV, and all these other news networks wanted to pick it up because they weren't talking about it before we did. So I just wanted to bring all of that to y'all's attention.
I'm not even going to say that.
Not to mention, again, they're literally saying that they're getting these pictures and this information from this fake page that is posing literally posing as Shanquella. Let me give you the last thing. I do have a very detailed post on my community tab. I think about like 6 different things that I noticed, 6 or 7 different things that I noticed, which it's a dead giveaway that's not Shanquella's mom on that page. One of the last things I'm gonna do, because I went through this extensively before. Here's the last thing that I'm going to show you, just to let you know it's a fake page. If you feel like reporting the page, hey, that's on you. Shanquella's mom obviously was at the service, right? Why would she need to post an image of the obituary with a watermark on it from another blog? It doesn't make sense. Not to mention every single thing that's posted on that page that's posing as it's impersonating the mother of Shanquella. All of the news is from blogs. None of Instagram blogs, YouTubers, none of it is actually from actual news outlets. There's so many red flags on that page. I literally don't have enough hands and toes. But scroll down the community tab and you'll be able to see and share those, screenshot those things. It is a fake page. Please be alert. Please be aware. Don't follow that page. Because that page is literally giving out misinformation. Okay. First post, they didn't even post Shanquella. They posted somebody else. So stay alert, be vigilant. But let's get into the rest of what the dad has to say. Because Harpo, we don't know who this woman is. And if Court TV is this multi-billion-dollar company with production departments, with research departments, how do they make these type of mistakes and they get to go on scot-free? But let's see if the same energy is kept. Nonetheless, if you haven't already hit thumbs up on the video, please do so. Let's continue.
Mr. Bernard Robinson, thank you so much for joining us today. I so appreciate your time. I already said to you once, I'm going to say it again. I love the mask and heartbroken for you and your family. I want to start by jumping right in and first asking, what is your latest understanding from law enforcement in Mexico as to the status of an arrest or charges?
Nothing.
They haven't given you any information about any arrest for your daughter's murder?
Nothing I know of, ma'am. It's just what the media and the news people saying, ma'am. And which, like I say, I'm old school, ma'am. You know, I'm just a normal man, citizen that wake up, God grace, health and strength, just go to work and, you know, do what I'm supposed to do as a responsible father.
Tell us what you want us to know about your daughter.
I mean, she was beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful on the outside, but I always tell her, beauty is not what's going to get you in life, you know. It's okay to be beautiful, but she had a beautiful spirit. She had a foundation that I raised up in the church at a younger age, got baptized in the church. I mean, she knew the Lord. She knew where her faith and her help comes from, you know. From a father that had a mother and a dad in the house that gave us discipline and structure. We weren't born with no silver spoon in our mouth, so I supplied over. My dad and my mother raised me till I become a man, and when I had her, when God blessed me with her, I tried to put those same qualities in her, and eventually, you know, it did, through the grace of God, my prayers, my faith in Him. So she was real. She was a people person, loving and caring, you know, cared about folks, never did look down on nobody, you know. The only thing she wanted to do is just enjoy life. She was a very smart, intelligent young lady. Always, you know, she was on the A and B honor roll ever since she hit, you know, junior high, high school, college, I mean, you know, elementary. I mean, she was just a bright, young...
Look at this picture.
Smart, intelligent lady. Just had life about herself. She's not a fighter, you know. She was just somebody that loved people, you know. my life didn't change behind all this. I didn't know the friends. I just know they went to college with her. That's about it. They supposed to been going over there to celebrate one of their birthdays. But evidently, I guess they plotted jealous and envious of her and did what they did to her for no such a reason. I mean, you know, she didn't see it coming.
What did the friends tell you or your wife happened to your daughter initially, or did they tell you anything?
The friends ain't tell me nothing. Friends just told her moms, you know, that they came back with the luggage and her phone. Just came back and sit down there, you know, at her sister's house and ate food and, you know, sit there and just told them that big lie that it was alcohol poison, and which I knew it wasn't. I deep down in my heart, because I know how I raised her. I mean, you know, we're not perfect at all. You know, she wasn't no perfect child. I mean, she drunk a little, but alcohol poison? Nah. We all did that when we was coming up a little bit, just experiencing things. But still at the same time, she knew herself. And I knew her. I knew, you know, I know that's my daughter by just how I raised her. And I know for a fact she's too smart and too intelligent to put herself in that kind of situation like that, man. You know, for them to sit there and say it was alcohol poison, they sit around drinking and eating, and she got sick and wasn't feeling well, you know. And they asked, you know, it wasn't no altercation, none of that, man. They didn't even reach out to me. They ain't called and said, Miss Robinson, sorry about Shanquella. Their parents ain't called and give no kind of condolences whatsoever, man. So, I'm not even gonna say they're friends, man. They're not friends. I just want to know why. It's a whole lot of answers, a whole lot of questions is not being answered, man. You know, I just want the U.S. Attorney over there, Mexican authority, everybody around there were, you know, with a lot of prayers is going out for me and my family, ma'am. That's how I'm standing. I'm standing on everybody's prayers, ma'am, and they love and they caring it for me, ma'am, and God's strength and my faith in Him, Lord, and ma'am, you know, I just want everybody over there, the U.S. Attorney, to feel my pain as a father, to know that their daughter came over here to the United States and had friends, and they supposed to come to celebrate her birthday, and then they get a phone call and saying their daughter had passed over here in the United States. You know, I just want the U.S. Attorney General, what he would do. You know, he would want the United States to do the right thing. You know, make sure these people are accountable for what they acted or what they did. Because right now, my life has been changed, man. My life been changed completely. You know, I ain't never experienced nothing like this right here. You know,
It's the pain in his voice for me. It's so hurtful. You know, sometimes I wonder, like, why does he keep putting himself through more interviews, whether they be with Court TV, who clearly don't give a damn to even research thoroughly to use the images that are actually his child, or, you know, just anybody in general. But everybody's method is different. I guess they're still just trying to keep the word out, but it's just so hurtful to hear his, you know, his voice break like that. Every interview I've watched of this dad, it touches something to me, because you can hear the pain. You can hear the pain.
no, thinking that she gonna bury me, but I end up burying her, man. You know, that's God's child. God blessed me with her. You know, and I try to raise up to the best abilities I could, man. And for them to take her away from me like that, you know, it's sad, man. It's just hurt. It's over a month now, and I'm still hurt, man. This pain is so deep to the core.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
Shanquella was his only child. But Shanquella does have siblings through her mom. And so it's one of those situations where it's disheartening, to say the very least. And that doesn't even begin to describe, but that's what it is. What are your thoughts about this interview? We're going to watch this press conference in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and get that pulled and queued up for you all. Yeah, it definitely makes us want to cry. The interviewers have no empathy. I just felt like the woman sitting there listening, all she could do was compliment the mask. And all she could do was say, the FBI's not giving you any information. Some of these mainstream media outlets, like, they don't really care. They see the views and they see the momentum and the things that we've done to bring this to light, creating content and creating videos to create the awareness online about it. And they just want to piggyback off of that. If they really gave up about this, we wouldn't be sitting here in December and they're just getting around to it. They would have been spoken about this. They don't care. This is about views and ratings for them. And as much as YouTube catches that type of flack for it, that's definitely what it is for the white mainstream media. I just want to know from you all why black media is so unforgivable, but the white media can slide with all types of such as, do they think all black people look alike? Why y'all using this image that clearly is not Shanquella in order to, and why are you using a fake mom's page? Like, what is your research department doing? Sitting there eating popcorn, scratching their head? Are they going to catch the same smoke? Is there going to be some wildfire tomorrow? Am I going to see Court TV tomorrow in 50-11 titles? Court TV dead wrong, out of pocket, spreads lies, spreads misinformation, doing it for clicks, views. Am I going to see that tomorrow? I guarantee you I won't. I guarantee you I won't. But when it comes to black media, we're unforgivable. You know, white supremacy really did a number on us, to the point where as a collective, we really adopt some of these mentalities where black folk make one mistake, how dare you sit down, you won't ever get another chance. White folk make a mistake and it's try again. It's okay. We just want to look past that. No, we're not even working with the same set of credentials. Okay. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into the, let's go ahead. And this is why black media is so important. Give grace, use your discernment. But black media is because if it wasn't for black media, Shanquella's name wouldn't be as international and big as it is. So learn how to consume black media, learn how to support black media, and don't tear black media down and leave the structures of white media standing tall and strong, because it doesn't make any sense when they're not even working with the same resources, the same credentials, the same background, the same knowledge, the same anything. Most importantly, the same capital. Let's call the thing a thing. I just wanted to point that out. They're using false images, right? Images that aren't even Shanquella, and they're using the source that's literally impersonating her mother. How pathetic. How pathetic. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into the press conference. Okay. I want to get into the press conference. Let's go ahead and go there in 60 seconds. Again, when you sit and you watch media, what happens, right? When you're watching non-black media, they still go to commercial. They still got to pay their bills, and we still got to do the same thing over here. Okay. We'll be right back in 60 seconds to get into the press conference, the upcoming rally and memorial this Saturday for Shanquella. Okay. We'll be right back. Get into this black-owned business, Stickies. It's got things for inside your home, outside your home, and even on the go. JasmineMadeIt.com is your new destination for Black Girl Magic mugs, tumblers, and even wine glasses. You can even customize the tumblers and wine glasses. There's a lot going on for a low price over at JasmineMadeIt.com. And if you've been serious about wanting to support more Black-owned businesses, here's your chance. Let JasmineMadeIt.com handle all your problems for family and friends. You ever had a friend over and they just wasn't catching the hint or paying the rent?
Our asses all get to stepping.
Yeah, tell them to get to stepping with this nostalgic Martin-themed doormat and shop over a dozen different doormat designs over on JasmineMader.com. All right, stickies, you know what time it is. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and shop black today. Make life easier for you and your household by taking your family's hot or cold beverages on the go with one of these unique tumblers. It's insulated to keep your beverage at temperature, and it comes with a few different reusable straws and even the specific brush that you need to wash it so you can keep it sanitized and germ-free. They've got all kinds of designs to match your mood or style. So grab something for your wife, the hubby, or even the kids over on JasmineMadeIt.com. That's JasmineMadeIt.com, and I'll see you over there. All right, don't forget you can use code Jane for 10% off of JasmineMadeIt.com. Black-owned business. Christmas is coming up. The things are very budget-friendly and reasonable over there. You can buy things that are already made, or you can even customize tumblers, wine glasses, etc. But let's get into the press conference. And actually, I saw a really good comment right here. It says, sis, a lot of our people have Stockholm syndrome. They sympathize with their oppressors. Baby, when I say that again, I mean that. Say that again. Very good point. Very, very, very good point. And thank you so much for bringing that up. Now, let's get into the press conference. I want to know your thoughts. Like I said, make sure you hit thumbs up if you haven't already. And the press conference is only like 11 to 13 minutes long, so it's not that long. But I want to get into it just so we can get some information, some clarity, and hear what the family has to say. We've got the mom and the sister and a couple of representatives for them who are kind of like speaking on their behalf for things that just are a little too touchy, or things where you really need legal jargon in order to elaborate upon. Okay. Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news. So let's get into this.
So Saturday we have guest speakers coming in, basically to show their support for the Robinson family, continued support for the Robinson family, and it's something that, you know, as a native of Charlotte, born and raised, and the community wanted, you know, for this family. There were thousands of people that didn't make it into the services a couple of weeks ago. So this is the opportunity to come and show their support with the Robinson family again, and to love on them and basically let them know that we stand with them, and it's justice for Shanquella Robinson until justice is served.
Where are you guys going to be marching to exactly?
We're not marching. Shanquella has a grandmother that's older, and I'm sure she wants to be a part of the day, so we're doing it indoors. That's the purpose of having here at Little Rock. And like I say, the guest speakers will be here on the inside of the sanctuary, and we have some special tributes along throughout the rally as well.
Okay, so this is something, you know, that a lot of people all across the nation and have heard about, have been tuned into, because a lot of people have cared about Shanquella and what happened to her. Could you just talk about, like, why this is something?
Can't really hear the question much at all, and I saw a couple different angles of this, but the answer gives some context at the very least to what's being asked.
Just, again, important not just for the family, but, you know, again, a lot of people have been invested in this and want to see justice for her from literally all across this country.
Definitely.
And now that an arrest has been made, just kind of tell us how this is integral to pushing support for her forward at this point.
First and foremost, it helps to begin the healing process for not only the Robinson family, but the community, the nation. You know, this is a story that touched the world, unfortunately, and with the national attention that it has gotten, hosting the event was important to us to ensure that her name stay alive. You know, during we all saying justice for Shanquella, but it's the days after Days like Saturday, the days after that, the family need that extra boost and that extra support. So again, it was something that was important to me, and I had a lot of people reaching out to me asking, what are y'all going to do? And out of respect of the family, I didn't want to do nothing prior to them laying her to rest. And during that week leading to her services, the world was right there at them. So I wanted to be respectful. And I made contact with Mom after the services, and we talked, and we came up with a date, and here we are.
And you said it starts at 4, not 3.
It starts at 4 p.m. Originally it was 3, but we pushed it back to 4.
Why do you think so many people resonated with Shanquella's story? I mean, obviously, it went all across the world. Everybody.
Someone said, Georgia Peach says, did they ask him why they're doing that? Yeah, he answered that question already. If you rewind, he didn't want to bother with allowing. He wanted to put Shanquella to rest first, but he also realized that some people missed out. Everybody didn't get an opportunity to show up and memorialize and pay their tributes and respect to Shanquella. That is the reason why they're having something else in order to memorialize her. There's only but so long you can keep, a body on ice. So to plan an event for, for people to come to an event outside of the actual funeral, burial, memorial ceremony, by the time you plan something that big, especially with something that's gained international attention, such as Shanquella, you want to prioritize allowing a family to grieve. And sometimes a funeral and the burial is something that puts a person to rest, and it helps close at least one chapter of grief for a family. So if you listen close to the answers, you might, like I said, you might not be able to hear the questions clearly, but if you listen to the answers, you can hear the context and figure out that 1 + 1 is 2. If 1 + blank is 2, you can figure out the 1. So listen up.
Talked about it. What about her you think just resonated, that people just drew to her and thought of her like as a sister?
As things unfolded that week, we all saw it. One, it was a slap in the face to the family. The way everything was unfolded, the lies, and I think that was a big piece of it for them to lie like that to her mother, her family. It touched a lot of people's hearts, and you're heartless if it didn't touch you, because it was just that sensitive.
What do you want people to get from this event that's going to happen after the count?
A sense of hope and unity, and a sense of, humanity. We're human, and the way she left us, because she belonged to us now, the way she left us, that it should never happen, So I just want everybody to leave here with a sense of hope, unity, love. Love is the key thing. Love conquers all. So if that could be the message, let's leave here with love.
Okay, cool. So there's been some clarity. So why did they ask the question? Well, here's the thing. Here's what I will say as somebody that has been in love with media since I was 6. A press conference is just that. Sometimes, even if there's an implied answer where people can kind of feel like they understand why something is taking place, a press conference is where they're pressing answers out of people, and not necessarily in a way that is quote unquote like disrespectful, but they're pressing an answer out of people so that they can have something concrete on the record in the words of the family or the parties directly involved, as opposed to putting their implication or their assumption on record, if that makes sense. So even if you feel like and you feel like you're 99 or 100% sure, like, I know why this is taking place, asking that direct question and getting an answer so that you can quote or report that quote back, that is something that's what the media does. And you can't fade that, because you would rather have things in the family or the parties who are directly involved quote rather than your own assumption. Everybody has their own implicit bias. And even when you don't think you're being biased, sometimes you are. And sometimes you're influenced by other things. So when you think of a press conference, understand that It's just that they may ask questions that some people feel like are dumb, but that's what a press conference is. So, yeah.
What is resolution for the family and you guys? Is that every one of these people getting arrested and going to jail, serving the proper?
Oh,
you guys talk about justice. What exactly? What justice are you guys exactly looking for?
So, me and the family hadn't had that conversation together, but if I may say, yes, there you go.
Everybody being arrested and doing time in Mexico. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
Have you? I mean, can you say anything?
We can't say anything. Yeah, we can't say anything about it, but they're working on it.
Should people expect huge crowds again? Like, because I mean, at the
You know, I find that quote, "We can't say anything about it," interesting, because I see a lot of false headlines, even from the New York Post. Forget YouTube, right? Because whatever. There's a lot of mess going on YouTube. Nazir's mother, one of the Cabo Six, is doing interviews on YouTube. Like, what's going on? Not important. But there are a lot of false headlines about Shanquella's mom blasts the FBI. She didn't blast the FBI. She didn't blast the FBI. What she said is the FBI is not telling me anything. I don't know anything about where we are. So we've heard from the mom and the dad, the FBI is not telling us anything. You know, we feel kind of left out, but we just don't know anything. That's not blasting the FBI. That's saying the FBI hasn't told us anything. And so, but the sister's saying we can't say anything. And then the sister says, if she hasn't already said it, that there hasn't been any arrest. So it really just seems like the family is in the dark, in my opinion. You've got mom and dad saying the FBI won't tell us anything, which literally mainstream non-black media took, right? And I saw black media bit this after the white media took it. Mom blast the FBI. Nobody's, for the most part, nobody's going to blast the entity that is helping to investigate and bring justice, peace, answers, right, to a situation. If you want somebody to still help you and bring whatever, like, nobody's blasting. And the mom didn't blast. And I found those headlines to be really disgusting coming from mainstream media, because when you look at their quotes, it's mom says she ain't got no answers. And they took that as mom's blasting the FBI. Mom's not blasting the FBI. Right? So the family is still pretty much in the dark, it seems. Sister saying we can't say anything, as if there's something she knows. But mom and dad are saying the FBI is not telling us anything. The FBI is not telling anybody anything, right? The family's not privy to any information that they're not giving, in my opinion. The family's not privy to any information that they just refuse to give the public. The family's in too much of an emotional state for the FBI to risk giving information that they tell the family and say, hey, don't tell the public this. All emotions are high on this. Whether you're reporting on it, right, on YouTube, off of YouTube, mainstream media, in the comment section. So, you know, that's just one thing I noticed, if you will.
Say anything about it, but they're working on it. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
have you? I mean, can you say anything?
We can't say anything. Yeah, we can't say anything about it, but they're working on it.
Should people expect huge crowds again? Like, because I mean, at the funeral services, there's obviously hundreds, if not thousands, of people that showed up. Do people expect huge crowds again on Saturday?
Absolutely, yes. The message and the word has gotten out, and we just want to be able to accommodate and, like, again, come to show their support for the family and love on them, let them know that we stand with them.
So with support, you got this has to say a lot about Charlotte, just the area, how they support people, you know, especially what she named herself, things like that.
Repeat that.
Let's talk about, you know, the fact that she got so much support, you know, what it means, like Charlotte, the area of Charlotte, they care about it.
You want to answer that?
I can answer
So basically what you said is why Charlotte has shown so much support, and it goes back to the question that you asked earlier, and I think it's because of who she was. Shanquella Robinson was a beautiful person inside and out. She wasn't a person who was into drama and mess, and she was just the epitome of a young girl that was, quote unquote, doing her thing. She was doing the right thing, finished school, doing all these positive things, and had positive things just going for her. So that is why I believe that Charlotte is rallying together, and other supporters who have rallied together to support it, because as Mario said earlier, she did not deserve what happened to her. You know, and it's unfortunate that there are a lot of people who can be jealous, who can be envious of you. So in addition to the justice that we know is going to be served, we also wanted to show a lesson to people that you have to say something, that you have to do something, because you are just as guilty as doing it if you stand around and you're recording things. And that seems to be the culture of today, and we want to do something about it. So this whole rally is just, like he said, coming together in love, just to show this family the love and support that they deserve and that they need, because the more love you feel, the better you'll feel. So it will give us hope, and actually we hope that it will change somebody else's opinion and change their mind, so when they're standing there, instead of recording a fight or doing something like that, they will help, or an assault, I won't even call it a fight, recording an assault, they will get some help. They will do something, you know, and say something. So that is one of the main purposes, because our youth are, you know, he's Million Youth March of Charlotte. Our youth are heavily affected, and so we hate that Shanquella had to be the person to set the example, but I do believe that after this has happened, we won't see any more of this. That is our ultimate goal, and so that's why they're coming. That's why this family is showing up. That's why this family wants you to know who Shanquella Robinson was, because if you know her, to know her is to love her. And like he said, it was not, you know, this was unjustified. And until justice is served, this family will not be healed. But this is just one of the many acts that's going to happen to show her love. And we appreciate Charlotte stepping up. We appreciate all the stars and, you know, the people who have come in and who are sharing it, because without them bringing attention to this, we honestly don't know if anything would have happened. So we are grateful for the love and the support that Charlotte has shown this family. I'm sorry, my name is Lakeisha Mobley. Thank you. LAKEISHAMOBLEY. And I represent Team True Blue and Mothers of Murder Offspring.
Did y'all expect this kind of outpouring? I mean, did you think that you know, people all across the world would be definitely like sending donations and doing these types of things and showing so much love?
No. You didn't.
Dr. Walker, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Walker, pastor here at Little Rock Amy Zion Church, and we are honored to welcome the Robinson family and the community of Charlotte to come to celebrate the life of Shanquella, as well as to just put the spotlight on this horrific event, and to, as Reverend Mobley said, to encourage others that you can say something. You are responsible. You are your brother and your sister's keeper, and we are responsible for one another. We can't turn a blind eye when we see things like this happen. We have to say something. If you don't say something, then certainly you're just as guilty as the person who did it. And so we want to stand with this family. As Little Rock Amy Zion Church, we want to open up our doors to the community to let them know that we are a place of healing and a place of hope, and you're certainly welcome here to express that. So we hope that people will come and wrap their arms around this family, and that we will send a message across the world that the city of Charlotte does care. And as people, though I did not know Shanquella, I have 4 daughters. It could have been my daughter. It could be your daughter. And so we want to be sure that this does not happen ever again to anyone. So thank you so much for your time.
I want to piggyback on something. She said nobody has been arrested. Yeah. Nobody's been arrested. Okay. Thanks.
Let that be known. All right, we good?
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Make sure you're
Roll us on your wrist, plain.
So that's what we have there. And look, this I'm glad that they're having something that the grandmother, one of the spokesperson brought up the grandmother who's going to participate when he said we're not marching because Shanquella has a grandmother that wants to participate. And obviously, look, we ain't trying grandparents out here marching, depending on how their knees and stuff are built. Marching might not be as ideal. So they wanted the grandmom to be able to participate in this. And I'm just glad. We're all entitled to information that honestly we're not privy to. The parents are saying the FBI is not telling them anything, but the sister spoke as if she knows more than she's telling, and she has a certain amount of intel. And realistically speaking, when it comes to FBI investigations, especially when emotions are high, it wouldn't be smart to share anything with parties who are directly involved, because it would only take a certain moment of sudden emotion for that sensitive information to be revealed to the public. So they could still be on the loose. They could be. I was watching Chronicle Speaks, who's very credible and does very good, very good research. She had an interview with a criminal law expert who said that, listen, if someone's in custody, when we're talking about two different countries and the treaty between America and Mexico, just because they're detained, and I'm sorry, there's a difference between being detained and being arrested. When you are detained, especially talking about a high profile case like this involving two different countries, the public may not have access to a mugshot. So eventually it will become available when the extradition takes place, because it will make its way to the federal court system, which the public will have access to. But just because and if someone is detained, it doesn't mean that the general public is privy to said mugshot or information. So I know different criminal experts are saying different things at this time, and people can only speak based off of their experience, what they see, and what they remember from the law books when they learned the law. But this is definitely, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to digest. And I do think that emotions are high. And one thing that I do want to say in the midst of talking about all this is, please mind your mental health. Please mind your mental health. I noticed my mental health was kind of like in this place, as because I'm heavily invested in this, along with everybody else, in the comments, and especially me trying to respond to certain comments. Everyone's emotions are high. Look, you still deserve to be happy and to have peace, despite being concerned and wanting justice for Shanquella. So please make sure that in between you trying to stay updated, that you don't allow this to cheat you of the quality of your own life. Okay. I'm going to continue to report on this with as many facts as possible. Be sure to check out the last video that I did, which was about some information that the Mexican, the initial investigation in Mexico reported that she fell in the bathroom, and that the Cabo 6 told and tried to cover up this murder by attributing Shanquella's death to an accidental fall in the bathroom. Very strange to me, but that information came directly from the state attorney general's office. Very short video. It's only 7 minutes long. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. I think a lot of us have heavy hearts, but it's important that we also mind our mental peace and mind our mental health as well, because it's a very heavy situation. And I know there's a lot of effery going on right now online. Nazir's mom's talking, and I've seen the headline title of a video like an hour ago that said Nazir's mom said that he's in custody and and like all this mess. And I'm reporting on facts. Like I don't have time for all of that. But this is a crazy situation. What are all of you all thoughts? So I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. You know, I call you all my stickies. If you're my watchers, my viewers, my supporters, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Shanquella updates and for more Black news. What do you think about Court TV? Leave your comments down below. Do they think all Black people look alike? Why didn't they do their research? Why are they taking pictures and or information from an impersonator instead of getting the information the long way? Pictures, info, links. Why aren't they getting it the real way? Why are they using an impersonator's page? Are they going to catch the same smoke? Any and all thoughts, I want to hear from you all down below. It's your girl, the plainest Jane. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all make sure to stay beautiful, Black, and blessed. And don't forget to hit thumbs up on this video. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.